It's Farhan from Reading Web Agency here, and today in this video I'm gonna look at how much does a website cost as a small business owner in the UK. So you have a range of different options here. You could, as a small business owner, go on a freelance marketplace like Fiverr.com. So here, you search for a web designer and 30 different quotes are gonna come up, and you pick the quote that you like the best. Alternatively, you could go for a web builder. So this is something like Wix or Squarespace. You sign up for an account, and then you build your website by dragging elements on the screen. You don't need to know how to code, so that could be a good option if you want to build your own website. It is typically the cheapest option, but you pay for it with your time, your blood, your sweat, and your tears. Alternatively, you could go for an agency or a freelancer that is not on Fiverr or Upwork or any of these platforms. They have their own website, they have their own portfolio, and they essentially run like a business. So typically, this is the most expensive option. And the reason you might want to pay extra is because you might feel like they deliver better customer service, they deliver more customization, or there's an element of trust that you're paying a premium for. Right, so for this study, I looked at 20 different quotes on Fiverr.com and I compiled a few statistics. So on average, you should expect to pay about £322 for a 5-page website, which I think is a really good deal. Now, most people are going to charge between £136 to £500. And really, you're not going to find a lot of people charging over £500 for a 5-page website. The reason is because a lot of the people on Fiverr.com are from countries like India or Pakistan, where the cost of living is a lot lower. And they pass that saving down to the consumer, i.e. you. So it could be a good option to consider. Right. Fiverr also offers a Fiverr Pro service. So these are freelancers that they give a seal of approval to. These are people that have worked with Disney, Microsoft, Google, and these are people that have a proven track record. So on average, unsurprisingly, you should expect to pay a lot more. In fact, I found across about 15 different freelancers, you should expect to pay about £1,190, which in my mind is a significant step up in terms of price. Now, is it worth it? Well, it depends on you. It depends on your business. It depends on what you want. Okay. And the final platform I looked at was Upwork. So Upwork works differently. You submit a job proposal and then freelancers will come to you with an hourly quote. So they'll say, look, I'll work for $50 an hour. So I found that the average cost on Upwork was £1,068. So it's about the same cost as Fiverr.com. And here, guys, I've just got a little comparison. So Fiverr in green, Fiverr Pro in blue, and Upwork in yellow. And if you just look at the average quote, you can see by far Fiverr is the cheapest option. So that's something to keep in the back of your mind when you're trying to look for a website. Right, now a web builder. Right, now we're going to go on to the web builder comparison. So per month, these web builders, to me, they look really, really cheap. Even the most expensive option here at £12 a month. I mean, come on, guys, you can't get a better deal on a website than that. And even if you look at this yearly, it's £144. Now, this is the most basic plans, so just keep that at the back of your mind. Mileage may vary. You may have to pay a little bit extra. What I would say is that what you're saving in terms of money, you are going to pay in terms of your time. So if you don't have a lot of time, then maybe stay away from the web builders. That being said, you can build some really good websites with these web builders because they come with professional templates. But you can also, if you don't know what you're doing, you might end up building something that is not so great. Okay, let's go down to the last option. So how much does an agency cost? Well, guys, it really depends on you. It depends on how much money you're making. It depends on how much value you can get from a website. As an agency owner, when a client comes to me, I'm thinking how much extra money, how much extra profit can I generate this client? So, it really, really does depend on the client. If a client, for example, can make £100,000 from a website, then an agency might charge him £10,000. If a client can only make £10,000 from a website, then an agency might charge him something like £1,000. It really, really depends on the value that the website can bring when it comes to agency costs. Whereas if you go on Fiverr.com, you get a fixed quote from the outset. So that might be something to consider. Okay, now domain name and website hosting. These are two costs that a lot of people don't think about. Once you've built your website, you need to host that website. You need to pay a web host to save that website on their servers and then serve it to users, right? So I did a little bit of looking around. You can get hosting from £9 a month. It might go up to £20 a month. And remember, guys, this is for a simple 5-page website. It's not going to be that much. Now, for domain name, so if you don't know what a domain name is, it's something like youtube.com, wikipedia.com, readingwebagency.com. It's that name that you type into your browser to go to a website. And I found that, this is about £10 a year for most domains. But there are some domains that are highly sought after, and that could run you hundreds or even thousands or even tens of thousands pounds a year back. However, for most people, it's only going to be £10 a year. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. You got a lot of value from it. If you have any questions, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and visit readingwebagency.com for more tips and tricks.